Today's Good Health is brought to you by Sullivan County Community Hospital. In today's Good Health, we are talking to our friends from Sullivan County Community Hospital. Destiny and Kevin are here, and they are part of the Vital4Life Recovery program. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
You know, we know that Vital4Life Recovery opened as an opioid addiction place to seek help, but you're expanding the roles now, aren't you, Kevin?
Correct. We're bringing in alcohol use disorder as well. We started with the opioid use disorder, but then the community reached out to us, and there was a great need for the alcohol as well. So we decided to open up and allow that treatment in too.
You know, it's so important that the hospital is listening to the needs of the community, and this is a need that you heard loud and clear. So when we talk about alcohol as a problem, how do you know if someone has a problem with alcohol? I mean, is there a way to know? Is there a way anybody watching may think someone has a problem? How do you know?
From the clinical side, there are questionnaires that you can use to really get down to how much they use. For a more personal response, and Destiny could probably answer this better, but a lot of it comes down to why you're using the alcohol.
And that means, like, if you're coming home every night and you're having a glass of wine with dinner, one thing. If you're coming home every night and you're drinking wine so you can sleep, that's right. A whole different thing, right, Destiny?
Yeah, if you're using it to go to sleep, or if you're using it to self-medicate in some type of way, or even if it's interfering with your work or your home life, those are some major warning signs.
Now, when you talk about the treatment program and the way that it's been scaled for opioid addiction, how does that differ then for alcohol, for someone who seeks that help?
Again, it differs clinically in the sense that for alcohol we use just a different type of medication.
Okay.
So opioids, we use one set of medications. Alcohol, we use a different set.
Okay.
We can still treat somebody that might be dealing with alcohol and opioid addiction. We can still treat that at the same time.
Okay.
It just takes a little tweaking with the medicines that we use. And then
but with the therapy,
Therapy-wise, it's the exact same treatment.
And what does that look like?
We start with what is addiction, just to kind of, you know, give them that education on that side of things, and then we dive into it a little deeper as far as, like, because you're not always just treating addiction. You can be treating depression, you can be treating trauma. There's a multitude of things that you're treating besides the addiction.
Is it effective, Kevin, when you think about how this program works?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You've seen results, haven't you?
Yeah, we have quite a few people that have gone a long way from where they were, that have houses, cars, jobs, families back. It's been very effective.
I would think in the roles that you two play, it's such a joy to your hearts when you see that, see that change and that realization that my life can be different.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see that success. And when we talk to people out there who are looking to seek this success with you all, do they have to have a physician referral to do this?
They can, but they don't.
Okay.
We accept any kind of referral, judicial system, referrals from physicians' offices, self-referrals, walk-ins asking for help, same-day stuff. But if they have a primary care physician that they're working with and they talk to them about it, they can absolutely refer through us that way, but we don't require that.
Okay, that's good to know. I mean, really, it is good information. Destiny, if someone's watching right now and they're on that fence, they're like, I think I have a problem, or I think someone has a problem, what would you say to encourage them to make that call or take that step?
To not be scared to ask for help. I have a lot of people in group that say that the biggest thing that helps them is coming to group and knowing that other people are struggling with the same exact things that they're struggling with.
Makes you feel like you're not alone,
exactly.
Doesn't it? Yeah. Well, if we've got someone watching and they want to seek information, what's the best way to do that? Is the website a good way?
The website's an excellent way. They can call the hospital and ask to speak with the office, but the website's going to be the easiest probably.
And that's right there on the screen. You can seek information, you can seek help, but whatever you choose, whatever way you choose to do so, just do it, because that's why this program exists, and how awesome that you're expanding it to meet those community needs. I think it's awesome what you guys do, by the way. Congratulations, Destiny. Thank you, Kevin.
Yep.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in to talk to us, Sullivan County Community Hospital. Please make sure if you're looking for the help that you need, seek that help today. And stay with us. We'll be right back.